Daily Broadside, day 432. Why do car stereos have a balance knob? Who is driving their car listening to music and thinking, man, you know what would make this sound a lot better is if I could move it to the back right speaker only. That would be sonically orgasmic. Like, what? You put it in the middle. I want it just as much left as I do to the right and just as much to the front as I do to the back. Why would I want it any... What kind of audio phonic file, whatever those people are called, dork is like, whose ears are that tuned to stuff that, oh, I just gotta have it 73% to the back and then 37% to the front. Is that too much? 27%. The math is strong with this one. Giddy up. I was at a work conference years and years. This has probably been like 15 years ago. And we're crammed into this. I don't think they expected as many people, so we're kind of like really crammed into this this room, and there's probably like 50 people in there, right? And we're sitting at those skinny little tables that are like, 18 inches deep, and like the back of the chairs are touching the table behind them, and that's how crammed in we are. And there is this, by all accounts, in everyone's opinion, really smoking hot girl in there, right? Amongst all the other people, this girl stood out as clearly the hottest, right? And so if we'd have created some Lord of the Flies community that weekend, that week, she would have been like the Smurfette of the community, of the village, But really, Smurfette, that's not a fair comparison because there was nobody else to bang except Smurfette. And then you think about it, like Smurfette, I'm just thinking about this now, but Smurfette had like, what do they call those people that just like sapiosexual people that are attracted to intelligent people? I think that's right. If not, it's probably some other weird, I'm describing something else. But think about it, like Smurfette, she's like, oh, I'm just into like nerdy guys. I'm like, well, you'll love nerdy Smurf, and and then Smurfette could be like, I just like good looking guys. And I think there was like a hunk Smurf or something like that. I don't know. My sister used to watch this. I kind of remember. And then there's a brainy Smurf. I think there's a nerdy Smurf. I don't know. But everything that she finds attractive in a man is replicated in a damn Smurf, What the hell was I talking about? Oh, so we're sitting in there, and this girl's real pretty, right? I mean, and she was very pretty. And she wasn't just pretty in the face. Like, she had it all going on, right? Even smelled nice, Like a little... I don't know. As long as you're not wearing the Happy cologne or perfume, you can wear anything on earth. I can't stand Happy. I think it's Happy. Everything else is fine, but there's something about Happy that makes me want to throw up in my own mouth. But anyway, we're sitting there, and one of the guys that's sitting next to me is just overly inundated with this girl, right? Like, she hit it out of the park on his scale of meter in every category. Like, he was like, that's like the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life. And we're like, yeah, she's pretty, I wouldn't say she's the hottest thing I've ever seen, but to him, it was, it was a home run, right? And so he just couldn't stop talking. Like, every break, he's just staring at her and all this. Well, we have one break, and they take a break for 10. They say, come back in 10 or whatever. And so he goes out to take a piss. And it's like getting out of a movie theater. Excuse me. So he gets out, and I'm sitting there with a guy on my left who's my other buddy, and we're sitting there, and this girl starts. Now, I don't know if she did this intentionally. Smartphones were kind of a new thing back then. I think the iPhone like 2 or 3 had come out, And but so I don't know if she did this intentionally. I think girls would say that she did this intentionally. I don't know. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But she starts scrolling through pictures on her phone where we can clearly see them. Now, again, we're right up next to her because there's so much little room in this damn classroom. I mean, I can about smell her hair, I could have licked her hair if I was that kind of weirdo, you know what I mean? Like, that's how close we were. I'm just giving you a relative distance reference. I don't lick hair. But anyway, she starts flipping through, and guess who I saw naked? Her, right? In several different ways, right? And so I was like, oh, he's missing out. Like, he needs to hurry up and piss and get back. So he comes back in the room, like, as she's putting her phone up, and then she goes out to piss or whatever she was doing. And so she's gone. He sits down. I'm like, and we're both like, hey, guess what you just missed? He's like, what? And this is like day 2 of the conference, so he's been oogling her for 48 hours now. Completely smitten, right? And I said, guess who I just saw naked? And he's like, who? I'm like, her. And he's like, what? All this. And so he was just pissed, and it never happened again. Like the rest of the week, she never like brought out her phone titties or anything like that and all. And then like the next night, we're out at dinner, and I'm talking to one of the girls that we're with. There's like 7, 8, 9, 10 of us. And I'm talking to this girl in the parking lot at this fish house that we're going to. And we're walking through the parking lot, and we're talking to them, we're comparing nipple piercings, right? So I'm telling her my story, she's telling me hers. Well, all of a sudden, she just whips out her titties right in the parking lot and shows me. And I was like, well, they did a good job, And so the dude that missed out on that was walking a couple paces ahead of us. So I go up to him, I'm like, hey, guess what you just missed? And he's like, son of a bitch. You had to be there. It was really funny. And if it hadn't been, you'd have to know this guy too, because he's got such a dry sense of humor. And he played it off so well. Anyway, I'm growing my hair out currently. I think I'm somewhere closing in on 3 inches, so longest my hair been in a long time. But I currently look like Jack Nicholson, like at a Lakers game. I'm gonna take my hat off, or like About Schmidt Jack Nicholson, Deer and Dugu. And it's a process. There's an awkward phase when you're growing your hair. You do what you do. And I just learned last night, this will tell you how much wine I've drank in my life. I just learned last night that if you stand a bottle of wine up, that the cork stays dry and the wine goes to shit. I didn't know that's why wine, I thought it was just an easy way to grab the handle of the wine and get it off the rack such that you can drink it. I didn't know that there was an actual purpose to keeping the cork wet. You wine people are really weird, and you're high maintenance. I don't have to put bourbon on its side. At least I don't think I do. Y'all have a good one. Giddy. I think it's Friday. Today's Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. Giddy Friday. Friday Giddy. Giddy Giddy.